Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today I have an awesome video for you guys. I have the Sony WF-1000XM5s, Sony's newest true wireless earbuds. I'm really excited to get into these. Before I do, almost at 1,000 subs. If you guys would drop a sub, it would mean a lot to support the channel. But other than that, yeah, let's get right into this. Alright, so taking a look around the packaging, it pretty much tells you all of the specs that you get on these earbuds. You have the 360 audio, which is pretty much like Apple's spatial audio when you're watching supported media. You got that high-res audio, which is ALDAC, supported on Android phones. Apple gets AAC, 8 hours plus 16 hours in the case. That's a total of 24 with ANC on, which is pretty sick nasty. And apparently the best noise canceling that you can get in some earbuds. Over here you just have some compatibility. It's pretty sick that it works with OK Google, because as you guys know, I'm rocking the Pixel Fold as my main phone. It also has Alexa built in and all that good stuff. Just like Sony's been doing with their recent pairs of headphones, you have that nice recyclable packaging. Honestly, if it wasn't like this, it would be some fancy box that would sit in my closet for years until I finally decided to throw it away. So I really don't mind the fact that Sony's going this route, and good for the environment, so huge plus. As you can see, I went with the black version. Wow, that is pretty small. I'm really digging that already. See what else you get in the box. Cardboard. Okay, here is like a little quick start guide. Feels like there's just documentation in here. I guess we'll check this out. Sony, blah, blah, blah. No stickers or anything like that to slap on some water bottles. Got a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. And an assortment of ear tips. Now, one new size that Sony has thrown in the box now is super small. This SS right here, you got small, medium comes on the buds, and you have large as well. Let's get into the buds themselves. Alright, right away, I'm really digging the matte feel of this case, and it is very, very like pocketable in my opinion. Just for reference, my number one buds that I've been daily driving for the gym, workouts, airplanes, pretty much everything are the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay EXs. I have not come across any buds that sound better than this, but if these sound almost as good and the active noise canceling is as good as everyone says it is, then they may dethrone these as my daily drivers. I do plan on making a comparison video between these two, so if you guys are interested in checking that out, subscribe to the channel and keep an eye out. The reason why I really wanted to give these a go for the ANC is because when you are in the gym and you hear all of, like, you know, the weights getting put down, or you're on a treadmill and you can hear every footstep, that is something that if I could get canceled out and get more immersed in my music or YouTube videos, then I'd be pretty excited about that. And then you know, these would be here to stay. Alright, I have my Pixel Fold here. And I'm curious to see if these do some fast transfer Google stuff or something like that. So far it doesn't look like it. It does look like there's a pair button on the back. What happens if I take these bad boys out? Alright, doesn't look like there's any Google fast pair transferring. Well, while I have these buds out, let's just take a look at them. So right away, these do feel very light, I know a lot of people online have been saying like the glossiness makes it look cheap. Personally, I think this was a move on Sony to make these lighter. It's like having a matte feel around the bud probably adds maybe like half a gram or something crazy, and they really wanted to make these lighter and smaller, which immediately I can definitely feel that they are. You have some long stemmage there, so it's probably going to have a pretty good fit. I'm really excited to see how these fit in the ear. So like I said, what I mainly use my buds for is exercising and going on runs and whatnot. So if they can't stay in, then I'm just not going to keep them. That is one problem I had with the XM4s. They were just so bulky and heavy that, you know, when you're on a bench press and you're pushing or whatever and like you're squeezing your jaw a little bit, they would just fall right out of my ears. So I'm really interested to see how these do, and for a full review, or even for when I make this versus video, maybe I'll get deeper into that. Gotta say, not the smoothest connecting experience that I've come across. And connection failed. Alright. Alright, let me click that. Alright, weird. I don't know why that took so long. Alright. So as you can see, I have them going through the pairing process. I will set up Hey Google on these bad boys. Alright, yeah, Hey Google. Oh, okay, yep. Google got triggered by that. Da da da, I agree. Da da da, I agree. Alright. And the G word is working perfectly fine on these. Nice and set up. Okay, and now that they are connected to my phone, let's see what updates we got. Alright. So now it's going to go through all of the features that Sony headphones come with. Adaptive sound control, basically when you start moving or go to a new place, the headphones will like activate transparency mode and stuff. You have the 360 audio, which is basically spatial audio, so when you move your head around, the sound like kind of follows in a sense. Ambient sound, nah, don't really care for that. Don't really care for that. Yes, I want to skip that. Alright, now let's go ahead and go into, yeah, I already set up my voice assistant. Alright, allow headphones to access so I can update. Didn't read any of that. So it looks like the update is going on in the background. Wonder if I could put the buds in the case. Probably something I should have read. But let's let that update and I'll just go through the features of the app. Alright. So one of the biggest things for Sony headphones, in my opinion, besides the active noise cancellation, is the actual like EQ that you get on it. Personally, my favorite pre-made EQ setting that Sony has is Excited. Now, the clear bass is pumped up to 8. Even though the bass is lowered here, usually like if you like raise the bass on headphones, it may overpower the highs and mids, but the clear bass still lets you feel the bass without that extra muddiness, if that makes any sense. And I've really liked that sound profile from what I have heard, but you could also go in and make a custom sound profile. Go into like custom, click here, raise and lower stuff, mess with that clear bass I was talking about. So you have quite a few options. I'm gonna leave it on excited, and then I'll probably tinker with it from there as I mess with the buds. You also have a find your own equalizer, where it kind of gives you some sounds, and it's like an eye test if you've ever needed glasses or gotten tested for them, where it's like, does one sound better, two sound better? You click on the one that does, and it does it a few times until it shapes an EQ for you. Some weird picture of your ear stuff to make it sound better for 360 reality, which is not my cup of tea. Here you can go and prioritize sound quality. That's personally what I prefer. DSE Extreme gives you lower latency if you'd like to play games and all that stuff. And other than that, you got your voice assistant. You have the sensor functions here, which you can make it to, like, if you're talking to someone, it automatically goes into transparency mode for 5 seconds. That way you could hear them, they could hear you. Personally, I just take my earbud out. You can go in here and change like the taps and whatnot. So double tap, skip and pause, all that good stuff. So double tap, you could open Spotify, triple tap Spotify. I don't know what NDAL is. So now you also have head gestures where you could like nod your head to answer a call, or shake your head to end it, or decline it. So that is mostly what you are going to see in the Sony app. Pretty jam-packed with features, the most feature-rich earbuds I've seen. I'm gonna let these update all the way, play a few songs, give you guys my first impressions, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so I got these all set up, and I have to say it was kind of weird that it took 40 minutes to actually update these. I went on a run with them in, just on the treadmill. First impressions, the active noise canceling actually canceled out like 95% of the treadmill noise, which is pretty amazing in my opinion. Sound quality was definitely on point. One thing though that I would worry about is these little ear tips here. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Alright, well, these little ear tips are made out of like a foam silicone mesh, so they squeeze in nice and tight. But if you get all sweaty spaghetti taking these to the gym every day, I worry about how long that material will last. I've had many foam ear tips kind of just explode over time. You know, you take them off and they fall apart, so time will tell. Also, another thing to mention, the actual bud itself has a protective little mesh on it to stop your ear gunk from getting in there. But on the bud itself, I don't know if you could see that, but there is no protective screen. So if you're getting third-party buds, you really kind of have to be mindful that they have that little mesh. And I meant third-party ear tips. So all in all, I think these are a huge W, especially if you're using them just for like around the house or traveling. When I was running with them, I had to like barely adjust them. I may just still be getting used to how these fit in the ears. Wasn't too crazy. They weren't falling out of my ears as I was running or anything like that. Overall, pretty happy with these. And if you guys want to see me compare them to my favorite earbuds, I will have that video coming out shortly. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything you want me to answer about these, leave it in the comments down below. I love hearing back from you guys. Other than that, I'll catch you in the next one. Later.